Yesterday at work, I sent out a text to my friends, to pray for me in regard to my job opportunities, what was up in regard to looking for work with security management, or with my PhD. So my good friend Angela, she sent me back a text, just to paraphrase the important parts. Also, we are having a small party at our place with all the usual people. We would love you to come, 6:30 to 7, whenever. And then I asked her, is that Saturday? And she said, yup, it's tomorrow. Often she introduces me to her single female friends. So I thought, well, I'll go to this party. Had a long week, worked a 16-hour day. This work week, so I'll have the weekend off, and I would go over to their place for a party Saturday night. But of course, with you and Angela, you never know what's going to happen. So I was on my way while there was still some sun out, stopped at a local store, picked up 4 drinks for the evening, non-alcoholic, to share with Dean and Angela. And I get to their house, and it's dark. I ring the doorbell, it's dark, and I know right away that this has gone sideways because this has happened before. So I look up, because I texted with Angela and she was the one that set this up. I called Angela instead of Dean. Usually I call Dean. So I called the number, and Dean picks up. He says, yeah, hello. And then he said, well, he knew it was me, and they'd forgotten to tell me that the party was off because Princess Angela wasn't feeling that well. However, even though she wasn't feeling that well that night, and he told everyone else the party was canceled, and I showed up, they said, well, drive such and such down this road in Surrey and meet us at Tim Hortons, also known as Tim Hornets. So I followed the directions, and I finally got right in front of Tim Hortons, and then Dean drives by in his vehicle saying they decided to go somewhere else. You have to follow us to Starbucks now. So I get to Starbucks, and Dean felt bad, so he said, well, I'll buy you something. So he bought me a cold coffee, a nice cappuccino to be fair. So then we're by the bookstore, Indigo, which is with Starbucks. And I don't go to bookstores because, in my view, I need about $50,000 worth of books to have the kind of collection academically that I'd like. So I don't go to bookstores very often, because when I do, then I end up spending money. So the 2 books that are featured in the cover photo, the header photo for this post, are the books I purchased. Immanuel Kant, Critique of Pure Reason, Dover Philosophical Classics. That's one of the philosophical classics I used in my PhD. So that's just sort of buying material that I have photocopies of, having a hard copy, now that I'm working so much. The other book, How to Win Every Argument, The Use and Abuse of Logic. I believe I'm going to go through this, which talks about what arguments are and fallacies, and I'm going to use this for short articles on my other blog, the main blog, Dr. Russell Norman Murray, the dark red blog, not this dark blue blog. I have dealt with the elements of reasoning text for arguing, also the Cambridge and Oxford dictionaries on philosophy, but can always learn more. So if it interests you at all, on my other blog, I will be doing posts from How to Win Every Argument. So yes, I was invited to a party tonight, and nobody was home. So I went to the party, and I was invited to a party tonight, and nobody was home. So yes, I was invited to a party tonight, and nobody was home. So yes, I was invited to a party tonight, and nobody was home. So yes, I was invited to a party tonight, and nobody was home. So yes, I was invited to a party tonight, and nobody was home. So yes, I was invited to a party tonight, and nobody was home. So yes, I was invited to a party tonight, and nobody was home. So yes, I was invited to a party tonight, and nobody was home. So yes, I was invited to a party tonight, and nobody was home. So yes, I was invited to a party tonight, and nobody was home. So yes, I was invited to a party tonight, and nobody was home. So yes, I was invited to a party tonight, and nobody was home. So yes, I was invited to a party tonight, and nobody was home. So yes, I was invited to a party tonight, and nobody was home. So yes, I was invited to a party tonight, and nobody was h